Have you ever wondered why some people reach their 80s with energy, sharp minds, and strong bodies, while others seem to struggle with fatigue, inflammation, weight gain, and chronic disease decades earlier? What if I told you that the difference often comes down to a handful of foods, not expensive supplements, not complicated diets, not miracle pills, just a few foods that consistently appear in the diets of the healthiest populations on Earth? Today, I'm going to show you 7 foods that I believe belong on almost every healthy plate after the age of 60. And here's what's interesting. The majority of people are eating the exact opposite. They're eating foods that constantly spike insulin, fuel inflammation, damage blood vessels, and quietly accelerate aging. Meanwhile, these 7 foods do the opposite. They help support stable blood sugar, healthy circulation, stronger immunity, better digestion, and even healthier aging at the cellular level. And stay with me until the end, because I'll also give you 3 bonus foods that many nutrition experts consider some of the most powerful longevity foods available today. One of them surprised me so much when I first researched it that I immediately added it to my own diet. Before we begin, tell me in the comments, which of these foods do you already eat every week? I'm always curious to see what healthy habits people have already adopted. Let's get started. Food number 1, sauerkraut. If there's one food that deserves far more attention than it gets, it's sauerkraut. But not just any sauerkraut. I'm talking about raw, naturally fermented sauerkraut. Most people think of it as a simple side dish. Research suggests it's much more than that. The fermentation process creates billions of beneficial bacteria that help support the gut microbiome. And after age 60, your gut becomes one of the most important systems in your entire body. Your immune system depends on it. Your digestion depends on it. Even your mood and cognitive function are influenced by it. What makes sauerkraut especially valuable is that it's incredibly nutrient-dense, while remaining very low in sugar and carbohydrates. It contains vitamin C, vitamin K, fiber, and a variety of plant compounds that help support healthy aging. I've seen many older adults spend hundreds of dollars on probiotic supplements while completely overlooking one of the most affordable probiotic foods available. Just a few spoonfuls a day can make a meaningful difference. Food number 2, arugula. Now let's talk about a vegetable that almost nobody gets excited about, arugula, and that is exactly why it's underrated. Arugula is one of the richest natural sources of compounds that help your body produce nitric oxide. Why does that matter? Because nitric oxide helps your blood vessels relax and widen. Better circulation means better oxygen delivery. Better oxygen delivery means healthier organs, healthier muscles, and healthier brain function. As we age, circulation naturally becomes less efficient. That's one reason why many people begin experiencing fatigue, cold hands and feet, elevated blood pressure, and reduced physical performance. Arugula helps address that process naturally. I often tell people that improving circulation is one of the closest things we have to an anti-aging strategy, because every organ in the body depends on blood flow. A simple arugula salad with extra virgin olive oil can become one of the healthiest meals in your week. Food number 3, wild-caught salmon. If I could choose only one protein source for healthy aging, salmon would be near the top of the list. Wild-caught salmon provides large amounts of omega-3 fatty acids. These fats are among the most extensively studied nutrients in nutrition science. They're associated with healthier hearts, healthier brains, healthier eyes, and lower levels of inflammation. And inflammation is one of the major drivers behind many chronic diseases associated with aging. Heart disease, arthritis, cognitive decline, metabolic dysfunction. Omega-3 fats help counter many of those processes. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people becoming afraid of healthy fats. The reality is that your brain is largely made of fat. Your hormones depend on fat. Your cells depend on fat. The goal isn't avoiding fat, the goal is choosing the right fats. And salmon provides some of the best. Try to eat fatty fish at least twice per week. Your heart and your brain will thank you for it. Before we continue, let me know in the comments. How often do you eat fish each week? Once? Twice? More? I'm curious to see the answers. Food number 4. Cod liver now. Here's a food that almost nobody talks about anymore. Cod liver. And honestly, that's a shame. Because when you look at nutrient density, cod liver is one of the most impressive foods you'll find anywhere. Most people have heard of cod liver oil. Far fewer people have actually eaten cod liver itself. What makes it special is the combination of omega-3, fatty acids, vitamin A, vitamin D, and other nutrients that work together to support healthy aging. As we get older, many people struggle with inflammation, weakened immunity, slower recovery, and declining energy. The nutrients found in cod liver help support many of those systems simultaneously. One thing I've noticed over the years is that people often look for a single miracle nutrient. The reality is that nature rarely works that way. The healthiest foods usually contain dozens of beneficial compounds working together. Cod liver is a perfect example. It's one of those foods that seems almost custom designed for supporting the aging body. Food number 5. Grass-fed ground beef. Now, before you click away, hear me out. I'm not talking about fast food burgers. I'm talking about quality grass-fed beef. Few foods provide the concentration of nutrients that quality beef contains: protein, iron, zinc, vitamin B12, creatine, carnosine. These nutrients become increasingly important as we age. One of the biggest predictors of longevity isn't actually cholesterol, it's muscle mass. Studies repeatedly show that older adults with more muscle tend to live longer, recover faster, and maintain independence longer. The problem is that after age 60, muscle loss accelerates. Many people lose strength without even realizing it's happening. High-quality protein helps slow that process. That's why maintaining muscle should become a major health priority after retirement age. Strong muscles protect balance. Strong muscles protect mobility. Strong muscles protect independence. And few foods support muscle maintenance better than quality beef. Food number 6. Brazil nuts. Let me ask you something. How many Brazil nuts do you eat in a typical week? For most people, the answer is none. Yet these nuts contain something incredibly important: selenium. In fact, Brazil nuts are one of the richest natural sources of selenium on the planet, and selenium plays a critical role in several systems that become increasingly important with age: your thyroid, your immune system, your antioxidant defenses, even healthy hormone production. 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can provide a remarkable amount of selenium, not a handful, not a bowl, just 1 or 2. That's all you need. Many older adults spend years searching for the perfect supplement while ignoring simple foods that naturally provide the nutrients their bodies need. Brazil nuts are one of those foods: small, simple, powerful. Food number 7. Extra virgin olive oil. If there were a longevity hall of fame, extra virgin olive oil would deserve a permanent place in it. Researchers have studied Mediterranean populations for decades. Again and again, one food appears at the center of some of the healthiest dietary patterns ever recorded: extra virgin olive oil. People often think of it as just a cooking ingredient, but it's much more than that. It's loaded with powerful plant compounds that help combat oxidative stress and inflammation. It supports cardiovascular health. It supports brain health. And it may even help protect the tiny energy-producing structures inside your cells known as mitochondria. Think about that. Every heartbeat, every step, every memory, every thought depends on cellular energy. And cellular energy depends heavily on mitochondrial health. A generous drizzle of high-quality olive oil on vegetables or salads is one of the simplest health upgrades you can make. Before we get to the bonus foods, tell me this: which of these 7 foods surprised you the most? Leave it in the comments below. Now let's move on to the bonus foods. Bonus food number 1, aged cheese. For years, many people avoided cheese because they were told it was unhealthy. But quality aged cheese tells a very different story. Aged cheeses contain beneficial compounds created during the fermentation process. They also provide vitamin K2, a nutrient that has gained increasing attention among researchers studying healthy aging. Vitamin K2 helps direct calcium toward bones and away from soft tissues. Why does that matter? Because one of the challenges of aging is that calcium often ends up in places where it doesn't belong: blood vessels, joints, soft tissues. Vitamin K2 helps support a healthier balance. And that's one reason quality fermented cheese can be a valuable addition to a healthy diet. Bonus food. Number 2, dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate, but not the candy bar version. Real dark chocolate. The darker, the better. Dark chocolate contains powerful plant compounds called polyphenols. These compounds support circulation, help reduce oxidative stress, and may even support cognitive function. Many people are surprised to learn that dark chocolate also contains minerals like magnesium. Magnesium is involved in hundreds of processes inside the human body: sleep, muscle function, blood pressure regulation, stress management, energy production. The list goes on and on. A small serving of quality dark chocolate can be one of the healthiest desserts available. Bonus food number 3, fermented yogurt. And finally, let's talk about one of the most fascinating foods on this list: fermented yogurt. The reason researchers are becoming increasingly interested in fermented foods is simple. They influence the gut microbiome, and the gut microbiome influences almost everything: digestion, immunity, inflammation, metabolism, even brain health. Scientists now understand that the bacteria living inside your digestive system communicate constantly with the rest of your body. Some researchers even refer to the gut as a second brain. The healthier your gut ecosystem becomes, the better many other systems tend to function. That's why fermented yogurt, especially varieties rich in beneficial bacteria, deserves a place in a longevity-focused diet. Now here's the most important takeaway from today's video. None of these foods are magic. No single food will guarantee perfect health. But when you combine these foods consistently, something remarkable happens. Inflammation tends to go down, nutrition tends to go up, blood sugar becomes more stable, energy improves, and the body gains the raw materials it needs to repair and maintain itself. The people who age exceptionally well usually don't rely on shortcuts. They rely on consistency, small choices, repeated daily, year after year. That's where real health comes from. So here's my challenge for you. Pick just 3 foods from today's list and start eating them regularly this week. Not next month, not someday. This week. Then come back and tell me how you feel after 7 days. You may be surprised how quickly your body responds when you start giving it what it truly needs. Take care of yourself. Your future health is being built by the choices you make today.